Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort in Marina, Lake Taneycomo. Gonna do one cast for the third time, actually twice. We have this new GoPro 8, and it's the first time I've used it, and I just did a really nice one cast, caught 5 or 6 fish, and went and checked it, and I cut my head off the whole video. So that's the way it goes. I'm not going to put that video up, so I'm going to do it again. Today is Sunday the 13th of June, and they're running 1 unit of water, and the water temp, I checked, it's 49.5 degrees. I'm using a 32nd ounce sculpin head, sculpin and ginger jig, 2-pound line, and I've got one of my 6-foot Lilleys rods, light action. It's real nice, actually, throwing a little 32nd ounce jig. They just stocked a bunch of rainbows in this area a couple of days ago. Fishing off the dock's been really good, and that's why I caught so many fish on the first one cast. They've been running the 1 unit all weekend, pretty much day and night. And on my first one cast, I talked a lot about my Alaska trip. I got back Friday. And I did not catch a fish on the first cast, the first one, and not that one either. I just started pretty much right in front of the resort. The first time I went up around the corner a little bit and floated down to the resort, and did really good. Caught some decent fish, some fish that had been in the lake a while, looked like. A lot of color. My Alaska trip, I've been going up to this place since 2006. My buddy Jim Johnson, Jim and Phyllis, bought the place, Naknek River Camp on the Naknek River. That's N-A-K-N-E-K. And watch, I won't even catch a fish. And I went up to help the crew get ready for the season. I fished once when I first got there, not very long. I did a little video, short video with John McCloskey. We fished up in the lake. The river itself is actually closed. They close it for the rainbow spawn for the months of April and May, and it opens on June 8th every year. And it just gives those rainbows a chance to spawn without being harassed by the fishermen. Well, the fishing up above the resort is definitely better than the fishing down here. So we did a little building. We built a cabin. We had to put all the boats in, get them all ready. And to clean up the place, had to open up all the cabins. do some repair. He added a cabin, so we worked on that a little bit. They got to put their docks in the river every year because the river freezes, and then when the lake breaks up, the ice comes down the river and it just tears everything up. The Knack dumps into Bristol Bay. It's known for its sockeye salmon run, although they do have kings and silvers, pinks, and chum. And they're really known for their rainbows, which a trophy rainbow here is considered to be 20 inches. Up there it's 30. And we did have 3 30-inch fish caught opening day by clients that were at the lodge. I like to fish my jigs while I'm up there. The river has leeches and lamprey and sculpins. And my black and purple jig did really well, especially Wednesday, the second day of the open season. Caught a lot of little fish, which is a little unusual. I've never caught that many small fish, and a small fish, I mean Taneycomo size, 12, 13 inch fish. But I caught a fair amount of fish over 20, and I had a 25 and a 26 the first day. No pictures, and it was not on video. I'm going to move way over to the inside bend and maybe do a little better. The sockeyes and the kings will both start running here in a couple of weeks. So we didn't see any salmon at all. They're still out in the ocean. And we didn't see any bears either on the river, because the fish are not moving up in the river yet. The bears are off eating baby elk and roots and other stuff they can catch. I say baby elk, baby moose. I should have went back up and started up there again. Just not getting bit down here at all. Oh well. Yeah, if you want to go up to Jim's, he's got a great place. It's awesome fishing. You'll have to go next year because he is absolutely booked up this year. All those places up there are going to be real busy this summer. Oh, that was a fish. Mainly because everybody missed last year. Not everybody. They still had clients last year. But a lot of them stayed home. But you just about have to book a year ahead. And I believe it's around $4,000 per person for a week. And that's all inclusive. They will supply rod and reels and all that stuff. They'd prefer not to. They'd prefer you bring your own. Most of it is fly fishing. I'm kind of the oddball that like to take my trout stuff up and, well, that might have been a fish. Take my trout stuff up and throw jigs. But you can do that too. He will take you across the lake in one of his boats, and you can fish some other rivers that flow into Naknek. The Brooks River, Margot, Otavane, real pretty places. Brooks is one of the premier rivers with lots of bears. We had some clients go over there on opening day on Tuesday, and so they had some awesome trout fishing. They have trout, grayling, and char, dollies, sorry, in the river. And then they saw quite a few bears. I'm going to cast one more time and I'm going to go in. Unfortunately, there's not as many fish down here as there is above the resort. So if you're watching one cast and you're down here, you know where to fish. I would post that video, but I am working on some video of my Alaska fishing. I'm not crazy about the audio or the position of the camera, but it does show the area up there at what they call Lake Camp, in the very upper part of the Naknek River. And it shows a few rainbows that I caught, that we caught. Okay. Yeah, I would love to take one of these boats up there. I've really toyed around with it. I'd have to put it on a barge, probably in Seattle and ship it up there, but to have a boat up there with a trolling motor would be awesome, because they don't believe in trolling motors up there. Almost all their boats have jets or jet propelled motors and not props, because the river is shallow in a lot of places, and you have to have a jet to navigate those rivers. I have a prop on the boat I used for a little bit. We were breaking the motor in, actually. It's a new motor, but that's to go across the lake to Brooks, and you can use it up there where the camp is because the river is pretty deep. But you go down 3 or 4 miles and you're in some pretty gnarly stuff, so you don't want to use a prop down there. So almost all the boats they have jets on them. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.